Welcome to kcheebplays, Workers and Resources, Soviet Republic. Let's get started. The weekly status meeting was becoming repetitive. How much money are we making? What are we working on? What should we be working on? Ulyov was again restless, and Kalinka had picked up on his mood. He said, "Ulyov, what's on your mind?" "Do you really want to know, Kalinka? I'm feeling like we're spinning our wheels here. Reworking existing infrastructure, we're not moving forward. We haven't finished planning the new construction area, and we won't be building any new cities, mines, or production facilities until we do. To be crass, we need to shit or get off the pot." Kalinka laughed and said, "Do you have a strong opinion about where we're at, Ulyov?" "I can't say I disagree with you, but I think we need a measured approach. We can accomplish both if we're smart with our resources. It's not always black and white." "I realize that, Kalinka," Ulyov snipped. Christoph jumped in. "Ulyov, please show a little respect. Well, it's good to have you back, so to speak. We made decisions based on information we had at the time, and we're dealing with it as best we can. Maybe you and Clarence should kickstart the new CO area. Put your money where your mouth is." "I think that's a great idea, Christoph. We'll get this back on track," Ulyov exclaimed. "I hope you're right, Ulyov," Kalinka proclaimed. "Now let's get this meeting back on track. Financially, we're doing well. I think we can tweak our distribution office setups. I'd like to get Clarence to investigate." Christoph interjected. "We also need to be careful with our food and meat production. The bus experiment nearly brought us down, and we need to figure out what we're going to do to supply workers there long term, by bus or by train." "And here we are again," Ulyov sighed. "So much repetition. Let's do something." Kalinka lost her patience. "Ulyov, now who's repeating themselves? We've covered this. You're taking the ball and hopefully running with it. We only have 2 items left to discuss. Let's get through this. First, the rework of the rail system. We continue our systematic approach. We need to connect the food warehouse to the rail yard and build access to the passenger station from the new main line. This will be an interim step until we can figure out how to separate or do away with this line. Once that work is done, we can decommission the north-south line into the rail yard. Agreed?" she asked. "Agreed," Christoph said. Ulyov was silent. "Agreed, Ulyov?" Kalinka prodded. "Agreed," Ulyov sighed. "The second topic is the tourist area," she continued. "Ludmila reported that we have another shortfall in planning. We need to provide heat. My goodness, Clarence had to be asleep putting this together. That's planning 101. I'll make him aware and get the plans drawn up. That said, the real issue we need to be aware of is not compromising the efforts for the new CO area and rail rework. We'll use our existing resources as they're available. This is going to push the timelines out a bit, but first things first." "Agreed," she said. Christoph and Ulyov both nodded approval. "Very well. We have a lot ahead of us. Let's stay focused," she urged. The meeting was adjourned and they left for their offices. So much to get organized. Hi, Cheeb here. Got a few things to get dealt with. First thing that we can deal with, just cleaning up this area a little bit. We don't need this line here anymore, so we can get that out. We've got access down here. Our distribution offices can easily get in and out. We've got a diamond crossing there, so good to go. So I'm just going to take this out. Before I get too carried away, I'm just going to peel this off here. I will as soon as the train gets out. And then they should start using the other entrance. Okay, so that's disconnected, and I'll just leave this short term here just in case something goes sideways. Yeah, I just never know. I'm getting a little gun shy with some of the decisions I've been making lately. So anyways, that's fixed up. The next thing that we have to deal with is trying to get a connection down here. Now, I did a little bit of just research and figuring out a way to get a couple of lines up through here. We should be able to do that without too much issue. The problem is this pillar here is very much in the way. And even if I could snake something through here, it's not going to look very good, and it's going to be just not great. So basically this, excuse me, smokestack. This needs to be down here or over here to connect through to this substation or transformer. So if I do that, basically everything this direction, this whole area, Kiamnov, the farms, everything is going to be without power. Not acceptable. So about the only way that I could see to make that happen was to, okay, I'll finish the sentence here, was to connect up from here over here, and then this will feed everything we need fed. It'll all, instead of being fed directly through here, go there. It's going to be a bit of an expense in terms of resources, but really don't see another way to deal with that. Trying to quickly, change location of that is not going to be it's going to bring everything to a halt. So I'm going to plan it'll be a temporary connection. It still needs to be, somewhat realistic in terms of how many towers we have, and I don't really want to take shortcuts with it, even though it is an interim situation. Where am I here? Okay, so if I bring this down, and then is it going to fun times? Going to be weaving and bobbing back and forth here, it looks like. All kinds of infrastructure in the way. Okay, can I get this up here, there, anywhere? Work with me, people. Doesn't look like it's going to want to go anywhere. There. So I'm going to need to come down below that line sooner rather than later. So just see if I can get this to come down this direction. Yeah, that'll work. Ugly as heck, but it'll work. And I think I need 2 towers there, or 1 there. Start from the end. And okay, so that connection's in place. Make sure I actually have these connected and not mysteriously. Yeah, looks like they're connected. That's how I can tell this. When I hit that middle one, it highlights both on either side, so I know it's connected. I've had problems in the past with the way I connect stuff up, and think I'm connected here, and I'm actually right beside it. Anyways, it's my own little foible, if you will. I'll get that planned and get helicopter construction guys working on that, which means, as was alluded to, we'll be stopping work for the time being on the tourist area. So I'll get them working on this. Yeah, they're good to go. And now I want to do something that one of the viewers, Frankie Berlin, brought up. And it was an interesting little conversation. I really wasn't aware of this, but it makes total sense now. Our when I've set for our distribution offices, the distribution office, where are you hiding? Right here. When I've set these to 100, as soon as it drops below 100, what happens is they send a truck out, and the truck is going to take a partial load. We've got pretty fair size. You can see 1.3 out of 8 tons of meat that it can haul. which just makes for, 3.2 out of 8. A lot of traffic because they're taking short loads back and forth. And does this really need to be at 100% all the time? If I dropped it down to 80, would it bring a larger amount at a time? I'm thinking it definitely will. Those are things. It's got a reasonable size of storage, and when the truck comes, it's going to drop a full load off. So I like this idea. I think it'll make for less traffic and more fuller trucks is basically what I'm trying to say. So this one doesn't have the greatest, but I think it can probably benefit from the same kind of idea. It just makes great sense to me, and thanks to Frankie for pointing that out to me. So I'm going to drop these down to 80. So when the store gets to 80, the trucks will get dispatched and take larger loads and fill them back up. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do the same thing in, where am I here? Yeah. I'm going to do the same thing in Mayatzel, because I like I said, I just think it's a much smarter way to deal with that situation. So it looks like we're getting our food delivered properly now, or we're creating enough food to have it delivered all the time. I'm gonna clear the purchase there, and just double check this one to make sure. Yeah, it should be fine. Don't like doing this if I don't have to, but again, I prefer to keep things working if I can. Yeah, so let's do the same thing. And you can see this has got a much larger storage for food anyways, about the same for meat. So I think if I go to my distribution office, I can find the shopping center and drop this down to 80%, as well as this shopping center. And I think we'll see a little bit less road traffic. I know road traffic kind of brings cities to life, but wood. We need wood. Brings cities to life, but by the same token, I don't think it's going away anywhere. The road traffic I'm talking about. Just gotta quickly get. I'm just gonna do the old blast it until. We still got a few boards there, so it's not the end of the world. Yeah, I like that setup. So I think the next thing that I want to have a quick look at is getting the connection from this direction, because this is the north-south line that I want to take care of, which will ultimately lead to being able to get rid of this whole, once this area is dealt with, get rid of this whole cloverleaf setup. Give me a little bit of space back, and not hopefully, but I can see it being much better at throughput for the trains. So yeah, that's going to be a thing. Unfortunately, we're still going to be running a little bit of a mix of train and cargo traffic on this line, but I'm just so happy with the way that this little piece, how much traffic it took off of this, how a little blocking is actually happening in there. I just think it's well worth it. Like I said, this is going to be an interim step until I can figure this whole, how are we going to get workers in here? Are we going to continue this? If we're going to continue it, how are we going to separate it? Those kind of questions. So a lot of talking, little action. Uliov's getting pissed off at me again. So anyways, I'm going to create a connection from here to there. And from here to here. We'll get that built. Once that's built, we're one step closer. Again, this is an interim situation, so not overly concerned with being perfectly laid out. Better check my signaling because I'm going to step on a rake again here. They can get to, well, it says they can get to both. I'm not sure that he can. Or is it because of those two? Yeah. Just make it possible for them to get into both of those from this side. I think that's smarter than run around the outside to try to go through that whole thing. So yeah, and for Bramsky, I think similar situation. Obviously this has got more than enough food and for everyone, but I think again it's going to benefit from having changing around the let's see, is this the one? Yeah, that's the one. Okay, so that's already at 50%, so it's really only keeping that 50% full, which is fine, I suppose. Not a big deal. This store, where are we here? This store is going to be one of the last ones, I think. Probably same principle applies for alcohol. Here we are, 100%, and yeah, it's definitely got more than enough there. So I'm going to change that to 80 as well, and we'll just kind of watch that whole thing. This was a number I was going to pay close attention to. We're up to 91, so I think we're kind of back to where we need to be there once all the train disruptions are out of the way. Quickly want to check to make sure we're still building roads here. And yeah, they're all set up for there. It's good. Bringing lots of gravel. We've got a couple of pavers waiting for some asphalt. Not sure how you're pronouncing it. I've always known it as asphalt, and I will say asphalt. It's not on purpose. It's just the way I say it. So anyways, okay. I need to let this stuff kind of play out a little bit. We want we need this done before we can even think about taking anything out here. So while that's happening, I think it's best I have a look at our where are we here? This CO area. Not real happy with this. I think what I need to do is bring this down this way and then over. I think that'll work a little bit better, just in terms of giving myself a little bit more space. Trying to run a train in here is just not gonna happen. It's not it's not a good situation. I don't mind this that much. I don't see huge traffic on this highway, so I'm not overly concerned with this. There'll be one more CO placed in here somewhere, whether it's on this side or closer to where the pickup for all the workers that we're going to be busing in from the new city is going to be. I haven't decided that just yet. I probably should, whether that's somewhere here or maybe it's even smarter to put it over here. What's our terrain at? It's not going to happen over there. Yeah, I'd like a bus station that's going to supply workers as workers for the concrete and asphalt setups, but you know, that's an ideal world, which isn't, I don't think is out of the question, but it's definitely something to take into consideration. So I think, and I'm struggling a little bit with exactly how to lay this out. Got what's, not necessarily a bad layout. We've got access, we got gravel access, concrete and asphalt all right here. Got a nice aggregate storage for the gravel. What I don't have is a fuel, because I think this would be a great place for fuel and for bitumen drop off. So the bitumen obviously for the asphalt, fuel for the whole, feeding this whole area with a distribution office. So everything that needs fuel is going to have fuel distributed from this area, but we need a way to get in here with a train, and this just isn't gonna cut it in my opinion. We don't have enough space in here to make a reasonable turn. It's going to be, wouldn't say it's a high traffic area, but it'll definitely be busy enough, especially initially. So to make sure I keep that in mind as I'm building this. And I think just bending this a little bit further is going to give just enough space to make it. So okay, I'm doing the trick of, let's just keep repeating what I said before. Not the most useful or productive, but it's definitely actually smart here. Delete this, and this one I do want to peel somewhere in here, kind of an angle, and I'm going to want that to come a little bit straighter. Yeah, little snug there, isn't it? But I do want this kind of an angle to just give myself, like I said, a little bit more space in here to branch off and get trains in and out and have some kind of reasonable rail yard there. Oops. Snip on there. Here we go. Try to make this as smooth as possible. Okay, now let's see what we can do to connect this up and check messages. Sometimes they can be important, sometimes they can be repetitive. So, at any rate, here we are. Gotta click that. Doesn't really buy me a whole lot there, does it? I mean, I got a little bit of extra space at that end. Isn't necessarily going to be bad. Let's see if I can make something work rail-wise here. Don't really want it to peel off right away here. I want them to run a little bit and then come in. Yeah. How is this gonna? Oh no. I do know I need to get rid of this. Thank you. What was I thinking? He asks YouTube to tell me what I was thinking. I don't know. We start terraforming, pushing this back to get that out. An option. Is it a good option? Let's see. Yeah, can't do it. So, finishing that off isn't going to be an idea or something able to be dealt with right now. We need a way to get cement in here as well. Thinking the next best option is going to be I'm quite sure that we can't get this over anywhere to make it. It'll go across there. It means I could sneak both the mind you, the fuel and bitumen I could sneak it through here. I need to get some kind of storage in here. We don't need 1150. I'm not too. Oh, that will connect, but then I need train unloading as well. That's connected to this. What's that going to be like? That's going to be interesting to see, because I'm not sure from a train platform perspective what we have that can deal with the cement and is space efficient. That's the other thing. Needs to be the first one I pick is well oversized, of course. Don't know that that's just so darn big. I was really initially thinking it would go up here. Let me just quickly try something that seemed to at least give me an idea of what I'm trying to say is when it let me cross the road there, I knew that I could get a connection in, but not appearing that I'm getting anything from this direction. And I think what I had done before was trying to make use of this. I was able to get a connection through before this helipad was in place, but obviously not really going to be an option right now, or there anyways. I'm now wondering if these were swapped. Would it make it easier for me? Because the piping really isn't that big a deal to try to get where you need it. So if I had that on the outside, it would probably make it so much simpler to get in there. So I think, yeah, I'm gonna go into a bit of a time lapse. I'm thinking, and I'm wasting time talking. I'm trying to keep the episodes to about an hour now. Basically, leave it wherever I am at that point in time. So just so we don't end up with another monstrous 3.5 to 4 hour long episode that I know most of you don't want to watch. I don't sit through very many. Three-ish hours. Oh, they're good to go there. Episodes myself, I'll skip through them. You know what it's like. I watch a fair amount of YouTube videos, and when they're longer, I tend to not. There we go. Not make that or watch the whole thing. So I completely understand, and I'm going to do my best not to make that happen again. So anyways, I'm going to just slip into a little bit of a time lapse here as I try to rack my brain and figure out a decent way to make construction area work. So when we get back from that, looks like we're close to getting our electricity fed over that way, so that's good. I'm going to stop talking. We'll go into a time lapse, and I'll see you on the other side. Well, I'm back and fighting with this junction. It doesn't seem to want to cooperate. There's a piece of rail here somewhere. I've seen these situations before. It just doesn't connect up, and I really don't know why. No one's using that main line up and around that way. They continue to use the other direction, and I don't really know what exactly the issue is. I'm just kind of replacing everything right now to try to diagnose where the issues are. I've kind of swept through this, and I don't see any that are disconnected. With that little situation of the having the end of the line. Not explaining myself very well. I think I put a couple little pieces in somewhere around here. Anyways, it's got a little barrier at the end, and a lot of times that can be the issue, that it's two pieces aren't connected. And so if you can see on the track itself where that is, you can find out where the problem is. But they just don't want to go through this whole section here. I checked the gradients. I mean, there's a little bit of there's a line there, but I can't see that causing any issues. It seems to think there's waypoints available. Maybe I'd try setting up just a dummy line. I'm going to play with that off camera. I don't need to bore you with that. And if I find out what the issue with that is, I'll definitely let you know. But for the time being, they're going around, and I think it's getting pretty close to the hour that I've set myself. You can see I'm still fighting with this whole area here. I'm just not... I'm going to have to do a little bit more playing around. Probably off screen. I won't build it off screen, but I'm gonna have to do a little bit more planning for how exactly I want this to be laid out, because it's not coming together by any stretch. So I'll do some playing around, a little bit of planning, and go from there. So I think I got most of the things addressed, not accomplished, but somewhat addressed, that we wanted to deal with in here. So that's what it is. Yeah, the road construction's continuing. It's good. We'll get that up there. Get some other things on the go. It's just kind of a try, and where did we get to? I'm not sure. We've definitely got power line here, so I could. I'll probably first thing next episode do the little jog around there. Maybe I can do that right now quickly while I'm here. Not too concerned about all the rest of it. So should be good to go with this. I'll take this one out, hit the button, and then watch all the sparks fly, so to speak. But now I need to reconnect this. We'll go. I think it's probably better if I do it like this. I don't want to get too close in there. Okay, that's fine. Get that dealt with. Don't have a path, so I guess we're building that with our road construction crew. That'll be fine. They'll get it done. Maybe not quite as quickly. Now, while we're waiting for that to be built, and just give me 5 minutes to indulge myself and see if I can do what I thought I could do with getting through here. Seems to me it was right in this range where that will sneak through, or not. this range here. I'm not going to get both those lines through there, am I? Well, let's try it. Go till you try, yeah. And there's an issue. Oh, rail. Rail. Let's try this again. Don't think it'll connect through there. One more dot up. I don't know if that's going to give me enough clearance. Oof. Just close. Oh, really? This is up to this area here. Where are you getting power from? See if I can interrupt that. Nope, it's only getting power from there. I can interrupt it. Wouldn't be the end of the world, but anyway, I'm going to leave it here. If I just keep doing one more thing, it's going to be a little bit dragged out, and we'll end up with those long episodes again. Anyways, thanks for following along till here, and hopefully I can get this sorted out. Looks like we got some more power to deal with. Anyways, catch you in the next one. Thanks.